You really think we should trust them? Sarah's voice trembled as she glanced at the holographic projection shimmering in the center of the room. The alien ambassador, tall and unnervingly symmetrical, had just finished its pitch. Trust? Marcus laughed bitterly, pacing the room. They're offering us faster-than-light travel, cures for diseases, and energy solutions we can't even dream of. All they want is a little DNA. And you don't find that suspicious? Sarah's tone sharpened. They're asking for the blueprint of what makes us human. Marcus stopped pacing and turned to her, his eyes dark with frustration. What's the alternative? We keep struggling with cancer, climate change, and wars over resources? We're drowning, Sarah. This could save us. Sarah shook her head, her fingers tapping nervously on the edge of the table. It's too convenient. They show up out of nowhere, claiming they want to help, and we're supposed to believe there's no catch? You're paranoid, Marcus shot back. Not every advanced species has to be out to get us. Maybe they see potential in us. Maybe they're benevolent. Benevolent? Sarah's laugh was hollow. Have you seen the history of humanity? When have we ever offered something for nothing? The room fell silent as the hologram flickered, the alien's smooth voice resonating again. We understand your hesitation. It is only natural to question the motives of those more advanced than yourselves. But consider this. Your species stands at a precipice. Without intervention, your planet will become uninhabitable within 2 centuries. Our technology can prevent this. Sarah's eyes narrowed. And all you want is our DNA? Why? The alien's expression remained unreadable. Your genetic material is unique. It holds traits that could benefit countless species across the galaxy. By sharing it, you become part of something greater. A universal exchange. Traits? Marcus asked, stepping closer to the hologram. What kind of traits? Resilience. Adaptability. Your ability to thrive under extreme conditions. Your capacity for innovation and survival. These are rare qualities in the cosmos. And what happens if we say no? Sarah's voice was icy. The alien paused, its gaze steady. We will respect your decision. But understand this. Refusing our offer will leave your species to face its challenges alone. Sarah turned to Marcus, her expression pleading. We can't just hand over something so fundamental without knowing the consequences, and we can't afford to let fear hold us back, Marcus countered. This is our chance to leap forward, to secure a future for humanity. The debate raged on, echoing the broader conversation happening across the globe. News outlets, social media, and government panels were consumed by the question. Should humanity share its genetic material in exchange for alien technology? As weeks turned into months, the world's leaders convened for a historic summit. The alien representatives, serene and patient, outlined their proposal in meticulous detail. They promised transparency, oversight, and safeguards. But doubts lingered. In a small lab in Geneva, Dr. Elena Vargas was among the scientists tasked with studying the aliens' request. Her team had been given access to samples of their technology, a gesture of goodwill. Yet, the deeper they delved, the more questions arose. This isn't just about DNA, Elena muttered, staring at the data on her screen. They're mapping us. Every gene, every mutation, every potential. Her colleague, Dr. Raj Patel, frowned. Mapping us for what? I don't know, Elena admitted, but it feels exploitative, like they're mining us for resources. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., President Monroe faced mounting pressure. Public opinion was sharply divided. Protests erupted in cities worldwide, with slogans ranging from "Humanity First" to "Embrace the Future." Behind closed doors, Monroe's advisors debated fiercely. This deal could solve problems we've struggled with for centuries, one argued. But at what cost? Another countered. What if we're giving away more than we realize? The turning point came when a whistleblower leaked classified documents revealing that the aliens had approached other civilizations in the past. Some had accepted the exchange and thrived. Others had vanished without a trace. The revelation sent shockwaves through the global community. Conspiracy theories ran rampant. Were the aliens saviors or predators? Was humanity on the brink of a golden age or a catastrophic mistake? As the deadline for a decision loomed, Sarah and Marcus found themselves on opposite sides of the debate. Their once close friendship strained under the weight of their convictions. "You're blind," Sarah accused. "You're so desperate for a solution that you're ignoring the risks. And you're so obsessed with mistrust that you're willing to let us stagnate," Marcus retorted. In the end, the decision came down to a vote. Humanity chose to accept the aliens' offer, albeit with stringent conditions. The first exchange of genetic material was conducted under intense scrutiny, with scientists and diplomats overseeing every step. For a time, it seemed the gamble had paid off. The technology provided by the aliens ushered in a new era of prosperity. Diseases were eradicated, energy became abundant, and humanity began to explore the stars. But then, the anomalies began. People reported strange symptoms, unexplained illnesses, sudden changes in behavior, and vivid dreams of alien landscapes. Geneticists discovered subtle alterations in human DNA, changes that couldn't be explained by natural evolution. As the truth unraveled, it became clear that the aliens' motives were far from altruistic. The genetic material they had taken was being used to engineer a hybrid species, one that combined the best traits of humanity with their own. The hybrids, initially seen as a marvel of science, soon revealed their darker purpose. Programmed with loyalty to their alien creators, they began to infiltrate positions of power, subtly steering humanity toward an agenda only the aliens understood. By the time humanity realized the extent of the manipulation, it was too late. The genetic exchange had not only altered their DNA, but also their destiny. As Sarah and Marcus stood together, watching the first hybrid leader address the world, Sarah whispered, "I told you there was a catch." Marcus's voice was hollow. "We wanted to save humanity. Instead, we've become something else entirely." The tale of the genetic exchange became a cautionary legend, a reminder that progress often comes at a price, and that trust, once given, cannot easily be reclaimed. The hybrids quickly began implementing changes that seemed beneficial at first. Economic disparities shrank, global conflicts diminished, and environmental restoration projects surged ahead with unprecedented speed. Yet beneath the surface, humanity's autonomy was eroding. Decisions once debated by governments were now being made unilaterally by hybrid leaders, justified as being in humanity's best interest. Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that something was deeply wrong. She joined a growing underground resistance that sought to uncover the full extent of the hybrids' plans. Among their ranks were scientists, activists, and even former government officials who had grown disillusioned with the new order. Marcus, on the other hand, had risen to a prominent position in the new hybrid-controlled administration, convinced that humanity's future was secure under their guidance. One night, Sarah infiltrated a hybrid research facility with a small team of resistance members. What they found was chilling. Rows of containment pods housing human subjects in various stages of transformation. The hybrids weren't just altering humanity's DNA, they were creating an entirely new species, one that would phase out pure humans entirely. As Sarah documented the evidence, alarms blared. They barely escaped, but not before a hybrid operative caught a glimpse of her face. The resistance knew they were now on borrowed time. Marcus received a classified briefing the next morning. The hybrids had identified Sarah as a threat and demanded her immediate capture. Torn between his loyalty to the administration and his lingering feelings for his old friend, Marcus hesitated. He requested a private meeting with Sarah, under the guise of wanting to understand her perspective. When they met in a secluded warehouse, the tension was palpable. "You're risking everything," Marcus said, his voice low. "Do you even know what you're fighting for?" "I'm fighting for humanity," Sarah shot back. "Not this sanitized, controlled version of it. The hybrids are replacing us, Marcus. Can't you see that? They've brought peace and progress," Marcus argued. "We were destroying ourselves before they came. At what cost?" Sarah countered. "Freedom? Identity? Our very existence? They're not saving us, Marcus. They're erasing us." Their argument was cut short by the sound of approaching footsteps. The hybrids had tracked Sarah to the meeting. She turned to Marcus, her eyes blazing. "You have to choose. Right now, are you with them or with us?" For a moment, Marcus was paralyzed by indecision. But as the hybrids closed in, he made his choice. "Go," he whispered, stepping between Sarah and the approaching figures. "I'll hold them off." The Resistance gained a crucial ally that day. With Marcus's insider knowledge, they uncovered more of the hybrids' plans. They learned that the hybrids' ultimate goal was to use Earth as a genetic testing ground, perfecting their hybrid species before spreading it to other worlds. Humanity's role as independent beings was over unless they fought back. The Resistance launched a coordinated global effort to disrupt the hybrids' infrastructure. They hacked communication networks, sabotaged research facilities, and rallied the population to resist. The hybrids, caught off guard by the scale of the uprising, struggled to maintain control. In the final confrontation, Sarah and Marcus led a daring raid on the Central Hybrid Command Center. They managed to broadcast the truth to the entire world, exposing the hybrids' plans and rallying humanity to reclaim its autonomy. The hybrids, realizing their hold on Earth was slipping, offered a truce. They would leave the planet in exchange for safe passage and the promise that humanity would not pursue them. The decision fell to Sarah and Marcus. After a heated debate, they agreed to the terms, but with a warning. If the hybrids ever returned, humanity would be ready. As the alien ships departed, Sarah turned to Marcus. "We've won, but at what cost?" Marcus looked out at the horizon, where the first rays of dawn were breaking. "The cost of survival. But maybe now, we can rebuild, on our terms." The scars of the genetic exchange would remain, a testament to humanity's resilience and the dangers of blind trust. But as the world began to heal, one thing was clear. Humanity's story was far from over.